Praise Lord! Today we are going to see the story on building the ark based on Genesis chapter 6 verse 7. Our memory verse is, "Come thou and all thy house into the ark." Genesis chapter 7 verse 1. Let's repeat. Come thou and all thy house into the ark. Genesis chapter 7 verse 1. The death of Abel was a very sad day for Adam and Eve. However, they were very happy when another son was born to them. They named him Seth. Over the years, he and his children grew up to love God as Abel had done. Adam and Eve had other sons and daughters and lots of grandchildren too. Soon, there were many people on the earth. But as time passed, they began to forget about God, and as they drifted farther from God, they entered more and more into sin. They began to kill each other just like Cain had killed Abel. They became very selfish, thinking only about themselves. How different it was now! Once there had been love and harmony in the world, now hatred and evil had entered. Adam and Eve saw that their sin had spoiled the beautiful world that God had given them. They no doubt tried very hard to get their children and grandchildren to obey God, but the younger generations wouldn't listen to Adam's wise counsel. They may have told him he was too old to understand young people. The Bible says that God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And it repented the Lord that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him at his heart. God knew that for their own happiness the people needed to be brought back to loving him and doing his will. Everything that was bad would have to be swept away. There would have to be a new beginning. There was one righteous man who was different from the other evil men. His name was Noah. God spoke to Noah.
I am going to destroy evil. My world is full of violence because of the way these wicked people are behaving. I am going to send a great flood on the earth. Everything and everyone will be destroyed.
But God wanted to save Noah and his family. God told Noah,
Make a boat from gopher wood, sealing it with tar, and construct decks and stalls throughout the ship. Make it 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Construct 3 decks inside the boat and put a door in the side and a window at the top.
Noah warned his neighbors of the flood that was coming. He tried to persuade them to stop doing wrong. Noah said,
Unless you tell God you're sorry for the bad things you do, you are all going to be drowned.
But no one believed him. They all laughed at Noah and made fun of the boat he was building. They might have said, What are we going to do for fun today? I know, let's go see what crazy old Noah is doing. Then they probably laughed more and said, Hey Noah, when are you going to finish that big thing? And why all this talk about a flood? You must be mad. Besides, the huge ark will never float. Noah and his sons kept building the ark. They built it exactly as God had said. They cut down big trees and worked for many years. Before the flood, people lived longer than we do today. Back then, some people lived to be 700 to 900 years old. Noah and his sons worked on the boat for 120 years. It must have been difficult with so many people making fun of Noah and his family. But God was with them, and they knew that was the most important thing of all. Finally, the hammering and sawing stopped. At last, the ark was finished. God told Noah that it was time to go into the boat. Soon, a long line of animals could be seen going into the ark. There were big animals like lions, tigers, elephants, and bears. There were small animals like rabbits and cats. These animals walked straight to the ark 2 by 2 and 7 by 7. All kinds of birds came too. They flew right into the ark. The ark had become a huge zoo. God was using Noah to help save all these animals, plus his own family. Isn't God wonderful? We should always do what God asks us, no matter what other people say or do. God bless us all.